Gwen, we're already on this side when it's time to start.
Great, thank you. We've got about 4 more minutes, so we'll just sit tight.
Gwen, I was wondering if you'd let me chair this meeting too.
All yours. I'm just going to sit back and watch you continue.
No, thank you.
So that was what, 6+ hours? I think that's a new record. Jordan has the longest motion. You have the longest meeting.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Mhm. Covered a lot of information though. Right, I'm going to call Administration and Finance Committee to order for the City Council of Missoula. It is August 18th, 2021, and we are still holding virtual meetings. You can go to the city website and click on the link under agendas to join this meeting on the webinar, or you can leave a voicemail at 552-6012, or you can email us at council@ci.missoula.mt.us. So there are various ways to get in touch with us to leave public comment. Let me see. Lisa, could you do roll call first?
Sure thing. Stacy Anderson. Let's see. Doesn't look like Stacy's here yet. Mirta Becerra.
Present.
John Contos.
Here.
Heather Harp.
Here.
Jordan Hess.
He's absent this afternoon.
All right, thank you. Gwen Jones.
Present.
Julie Merritt.
Present.
Jesse Ramos.
He is absent also.
Absent. Amber Sherrill. She looks absent. Sandra Vasica,
She's
absent.
absent.
And Brian Van Losper
Here.
and Heidi West.
Here.
So it looks like we have 7 council members present, and that would be 5 absent.
Great, we have a quorum. Don't anyone leave. We need all of you. Okay, I'll call for, let's see, we have minutes from the August 11th, 2021 meeting. Were there any changes to those minutes? Seeing none, those will stand approved, and I will call for public comment on items not on the agenda. We do not have anyone in attendance in the waiting room. So we'll go forward with the agenda, and we've got 2 items today. The first is Karen Gasfoda is here to present on National Institute of Health Grant Administration Agreements referral. Karen?
Hi, thanks. Yeah, I am Karen Gasfoda, a grants administrator with CPDI. And this is a request for you to approve the National Institute of Health Grant Administration agreements and authorize the mayor to sign the agreements with Truett Consulting, Saya Designs, and the University of Montana for the 3rd year of the grant, which runs August 1st, 2021 through July 31st, 2022. And this is part of the nearly $1.3 million grant received in 2019. Missoula was the first city in the nation to receive a Science Education Partnership Award from the National Institutes of Health. The award funds the project in the new library museum complex and is a hub for health science learning, healthy living, and STEM role model engagement. The project aims in particular to reach traditionally underrepresented and underserved groups. The city retains all fiscal and reporting responsibilities associated with the grant, but the administrative agreements have no financial implications for the city budget and do not affect the city funds. The entire project is funded by the National Institute of Health.
Great, thank you, Karen. Let the record reflect that Stacy Anderson is present, and we've had a lot of documentation and agreements that have trickled through in the last 3 years on this project at the new library, which I have yet to see, but I need to get down there. Did anyone have any questions? This is, I believe, the consulting agreement for the next year, and I would imagine it's probably, do you have any idea, Karen, is this going to wrap up within the next year?
We're in year 3 of the 5-year program or 5-year grant.
Okay, well, it's going to be a few more items coming through ANF. Seeing no questions, I am looking for a motion. Julie Merritt.
I'm happy to make the recommended motion.
Thank you, and I'm calling for public comment. We have no one in attendance. Any other comments or questions from council? Seeing none, we will have a roll call vote.
All right. Stacy Anderson,
Yes.
Mirta Becerra, Mirta, I think you're on mute.
I think she's frozen. She was frozen.
You were frozen. Sorry.
We're voting, Merta.
Okay, I saw the yes. All right.
Okay.
John Contos,
Yes.
Heather Harp,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Julie Merritt,
Yes.
Brian Von Losper,
Yes.
Heidi West.
Yes.
So that's unanimous for all council members in attendance.
Great, thank you very much. That will go on the consent agenda. And the second item on our agenda today is 3.2, the Excella Automation Software Maintenance Agreement. And Lee Mackholtz is here to present. Good afternoon, Lee.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to request or oppose the recommended motion that the council approve and authorize the mayor to sign a 3-year software maintenance renewal agreement for our Excella software. The amounts are listed with a 3% increase from this coming fiscal or this current fiscal year, starting at $100,421 and 3% increments beyond that for each of the subsequent years. And just some background, the primary use for the automation software involves permitting and business licensing. And the permitting includes all of the building, zoning, engineering, fire, excavation, and all the other permitting types are reviewed, issued, inspected, and tracked using this software. Anyone involved in these processes is required to have a license for the land management module within the automation software. This software is deeply embedded with CPDI's review software for all the process control and record keeping for all aspects of plan review for building permits. And the Public Works Engineering Division is also currently working towards implementing a process within automation to provide that same level of process control and record keeping for the stage process as well. In 2020, we had 9,231 permit-related records across all the departments that use automation. This software is also used for all the business licensing for the city. All of the review, renewal, and alteration of data related to business licensing is completed in automation. And that module is used by staff in CPDI, Public Works, Fire, and the Parks and Recreation Department. And in 2020, we had 15,616 business license related records, including new applications and renewals. So this software is central to all those processes within the city. It also contains a mobile license that allows our field inspectors and code compliance officers to access the software and perform tasks when inspecting permits in the field. And lastly, there is a citizen access module where the public can access all of the building, engineering, and planning permits, as well as business license information via the web. Just kind of an overview of the importance of this piece of software. The cost of that is already a part of the GIS services budget. This is just a request to enter into this maintenance renewal agreement with the company so that we can keep that increment for each of the next couple of years at a 3% increase rather than approximately 9%, which is what we've paid over the last couple of years since we weren't in one of these agreements.
Great, thank you so much. And so this is something that we already use, but we've got a license, pay for the license every year, and it incrementally goes up. And by doing this in 3-year chunks, it's a better deal. So thank you for that, Lee. Julie Merritt.
Thanks, Lee. I have a quick question for you. As far as the public access, I'm familiar with the Building Eye website. Is that what we're talking about here? No, there's another way, because that's the Building Eye access is just, it provides you such a little teeny tiny amount of information. How do we, I didn't know that we had access to a lot more in-depth information. Can you give us a little more info about how to get to that?
Yeah, if you, let me pull the site up so that I can give more accuracy.
And while she's doing that, I will make the recommended motion. Go ahead.
We'll use this opportunity to spread a little education out there.
So if you go to the city's website, and I find it most readily by going to the business licensing page, which is within the CPDI site. You can just Google Missoula business licensing and it takes you right there. And there is a link there for a searchable report of business licenses and the permitting and licensing portal. And so this permitting and licensing portal, and I can share the link. Do we have ability to do a chat? No. You can do a lookup of general property information within that is listed. All of our addressing and all of the property information that we maintain throughout the city is also managed through Acela Automation. So you can look up general property information. You can look up any of your engineering permits, such as the sewer connections or stormwater excavation permits, etc. You can do a search for permits for planning and building, and then you can also do a search for business licensing. It works pretty easily. You can click on one of those search and you can put in either a street address, or if you have a geocode for your parcel or a permit number, if it's a permit that you're already interacting with, you can put that information in and it'll bring up all of the information about the process of where that permit is. So if it's being reviewed, you would be able to see, you know, what stage of the review process it is in, or if it's approved, and how you would then be able to go to CPDI and pull that permit.
Thanks.
Awesome.
That answer your question, Julie?
Yep, and I've been using it because it is linked in the Missoula Property Information System. So
Yes.
when you click on, like, I use it to look for septics. And so I didn't realize I was going into this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. John, did you have a question or no? I thought you were trying to raise your hand. No? Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments from council? I have a motion on the floor and I'm calling for public comment. Once again, we have no one in the waiting room, so we will have a roll call vote, please, Lisa.
All right, Stacy Anderson,
Yes.
Mirta Becerra,
Yes.
John Contos,
Yes.
Heather Harp,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Julie Merritt,
Yes.
Brian Von Lossberg,
Yes.
Heidi West.
Yes.
So that is unanimous for all council members in attendance.
Thank you. That can go onto the consent agenda, and that is the end of our agenda item. Let me just double check. Yes, that's the end. So we will stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.